was 24 the day I died. I died sitting on the armchair in my room. It was a Wednesday. The heat was unbearable, not just in the weather, but in my life. My bank account was a joke. My landlord had stopped calling and started knocking. The fridge was humming louder than my phone, and even my reflection had started looking at me like a stranger. Then the call came in. Hello? Is this? Yes, speaking. I'm calling to inform you the offer has been withdrawn. They went with someone else. Thank you for your time. No pause, no sympathy, no second thoughts, just silence. And in that moment, it felt like the world confirmed what I feared the most. I wasn't good enough. You see, some hard times are not a test, but your funeral. I sat there staring into nothing. Nothing was all I had. No plan B, no miracle, just thoughts. Why is everyone else making it but me? Why do I keep trying if nothing ever works? Am I cursed? It wasn't the failure that broke me. It was the repetition, the slow, cruel pattern of almost nothing. Have you ever felt that? When life feels like a joke and you're the punchline? You start losing things you can't even name. Not just money, not clothes, but hope, vision, belief. Even the heavens go silent too. Many times I've stared at the ceiling and whispered, God, if you're there, why does it feel like you've left me down here to drown? So I died that day. I tried futures trading, synthetic trading, interior design, online branding, and finally got my net worth swindled in an importation deal. At some point, I got tired of telling my story to people. I started to isolate, ignoring calls, smiling at people with dead eyes. I said I was fine when I wasn't even functional. I was a shadow pretending to be a man. I don't know what else you'd call that aside from death. I slept a lot because dreams were the only place I wasn't a failure. I lied a lot because the truth was too heavy to carry. I wished a lot, but wishes are empty when you've stopped moving. Now listen to me, and listen closely. The boy that died that day, the boy that was buried, that wasn't me. That was the soft version of me. A burial of the version of you that was too soft for your future. If I'd succeeded back then, I would have grown into a man too weak for the weight of what I was born to carry. Let that sink in. Sometimes rejection isn't redirection, it's reincarnation. You don't become strong by lifting light things. You become strong by being crushed and refusing to stay broken. Is this all I'll ever be? That was the question I asked myself every night. And as crazy as it sounds, that question saved my life. Because the answer hit me like lightning. No, this is only where you stopped. I was blinded by my youth. I was blinded by greed. I was blinded by my ignorance. It goes this way. The more you dwell on your problems, the more problems you will have. But when you focus on possibilities, you'll have more opportunities. Life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. Multiple folds. I don't have to win today. I just have to refuse to lose completely. If I can take one step, I can take two. If I don't quit, the game stays open. Some people want fireworks. I wanted a flicker. I stopped begging the world to notice me and started becoming undeniable. I had a roof over my head, a broken phone in my hands, a TV, a bed. How did I not see the possibilities all around me? So day by day I worked in silence, in doubt, in fear, but I worked. There's always something on the other side of broken, always, but most people don't get there. Not because they're not worthy, but because they bury themselves too early. You want to know what wakes a man up? Not money, not fame, a moment, a single moment where he realizes, if I keep going like this, my story will end with regret. You want to know what my moment was? A stranger. Yeah, a complete stranger. After a minute on the call, I said to him, "But I don't have any money." And he said, "That's not a problem." You see, up until then, I always thought it was. He said, "No, that's not the problem. The problem is the lack of ideas on how to create money and wealth. If you get an idea, check if you can change anything. And to get ideas, you must implement constant study to find out. The first key to doing better is find out. To change your life really, you need ideas. When you find something that works, put the information in your journal so you can do the next best thing. Go over it. And if you repeat it, go over it again. Sure enough, someday, some mysterious day, the idea takes root, starts to grow, and shows up in your bank account. I came across something that changed my perspective. Study. Study the things that can change your economic, social, spiritual, and personal life. Some people just go through the day with their fingers crossed. But see, you don't want to wind up at the end of your life and discover you've only lived 1/10 of it. Because up until then, I thought trying and failing made me a loser. But that stranger made me see the truth. Trying means I haven't surrendered. And when you don't surrender, the war stays alive. You may be tired, you may be broke, you may be unseen, unheard, underestimated, but hear me clearly. There are battles that are only won by those who outlast the storm. Not the fastest, not the most talented, just the ones who refuse to stay down. You can crack and still be called chosen. You can break and still be built for greatness. You can lose everything and still have something no one can take, your will. If you still have your will, you still have a future. Don't let your dark days become your identity. Don't let a chapter become your whole book. And don't you dare call yourself a failure if you're still breathing and still trying. You're not late. You're not a firework that just makes a round. You will flicker, one painful, powerful, necessary day at a time. If you've ever felt like you died sitting in your own house, breathing but buried, you're not alone. I was there too, but I crawled out, and now I'm coming for everything I lost and more, and so will you.